I started watching this yesterday, and it's a decent movie. So I'm gonna do the first part is non-spoiler. I'll just talk a couple minutes like overall, and then I'll put the spoiler warning up. So if you want to see it, it's not spoiled for you. Um, it's a decent movie overall. It's quite gruesome though. I'll tell you that. Like I wouldn't. If you have kids or something, I would not let them watch it. It's quite gruesome. There's some nasty, gruesome stuff they show on here that's really like I was not expecting to see some of the things that I saw on this movie. Um, there's no woke crap on it. That's the hugest plus for me. Gina Carano on here. I don't know how to explain it. She's not really the lead, but the lead guy comes in later. But it's not where she's like a powerful whammon routine bitch. She just plays this housewife who's dealing with all these assholes trying to kill her and all this in the house and everything. And I'll get into that in spoiler reviews. But just overall, I thought I wasn't the it wasn't the best movie. It wasn't the worst movie. It just seemed like a decent. It just seemed like a decent movie you'd watch on a Saturday afternoon or something like on TV. It's can't really say it's anything like super spectacular that it's really awesome and great. I just thought it was all right. It was just like your standard western movie, only with more gruesomeness. That was the thing on this movie that was like it was just really gruesome. That's the main thing I'll say about this movie is it's just gruesome. So I guess I'll get into the spoilers now. So as you can see, it says warning: spoilers are being discussed here. So from this point on, if you want to go watch the movie, then you could turn it off here if you want. So just I don't want to ruin it for you because, like I said, it's a decent movie. It's okay. It's not the best movie in history or anything you'd watch 5 times over. It's okay. It's that's the biggest thing I could say about it. And it's gruesome. So Gina is playing this housewife, and her husband is a bit of a prick, and Gina is pissed off, like she doesn't like their living situation, and she wants the husband to go talk to her father about getting a job through him so they can live nice and all this. And the husband's like, no, we're gonna stay here and we're gonna do our own thing and all this. And Gina's just like miserable. She doesn't like where they live. She wants to get the hell out of there and go to I can't remember what it was. She said, well, maybe Missouri. Maybe it was somewhere she wanted to leave. She didn't want to stay there. So the husband says he's going to town to get supplies and stuff, and he leaves Gina alone in the house. And then these guys come by, these rando guys that are telling her like, "Could you give us some water?" And we've been here for days, and we just need somewhere to stop off, and all this. And she obliges them at first. She's like real polite. She's like, "Sure, take what water you need, and take whatever else, and just leave," and all this. And then they start talking to her. Now, this is the other thing. The main guy on here, I don't know if this was purposely written this way, or I don't know, but he's like this hardcore Christian fanatic guy who does nothing but quote biblical terms and stuff. Like 9 out of 10 times when this guy talks, he's quoting a Bible term through the whole movie. So Gina's like, "Oh, okay, these guys are Christians and all this, and I'll let them in the house, and I'll cook them a meal because I'm a Christian too, and we're all friends here now and all this. So the guy asked her, "Can you go out there and feed the horse some water or whatever?" So she goes out to the well and gets the water out. She comes back and she's putting it down for the horses. And she sees on the horses that this guy has a bunch of scalps. And then she realizes this guy's killing people and all this. And this is all bullshit. So she goes back in the house and she's like calmly and she tells the kid to go in the corner and sit over there and have the baby. And then she just calmly goes over and gets her uh, Winchester double barrel rifle, and she points it at them and tells them, "You need to get out of here right now, and you guys are murderers." He's like, "What are you talking about?" And the guy's like, "Oh no, we bought those scalps, and you don't understand that we trade with the Indians and all this." And it's just total bullshit because at the beginning they show these rando guys that come to the house. It's really gruesome, this part. So at the beginning, this Christian fanatic guy with these nutso losers, they're chasing some guy down, and they get this guy, and then he's like telling him some biblical term, and he's like, "Now I shall deliver thee into hell," or something, and he scalps this guy. Like you can see the guy's brain and stuff. It's really crazy. And then he just dies, I guess, and then it cuts to Gina and them, and then those guys are like coming to the house. I'm like, "Oh, we need water. Can you help us?" and all this. So Gina gets them out of the house, and she takes all their guns. They put all their guns on the floor because she's got them at gunpoint. And then they go to their horses, and instead of leaving, they have just rifles on the horses, I guess. They start having this shootout. So her barn and her house on here is literally like a car length away. Two car lengths at best, give or take. So most of the movie is her having this shootout. Let me see if I can find a picture on here, but let's see, is this it? Okay, here you go. This is how close they're shooting. So she's in here in this house, and these bad guys are in this barn here, and they're just having this never-ending shootout for most of the movie. And eventually, what happens is the bad guys get drunk in here. They're all wasted, and she gets the kid to go get the horses and tries to sneak out silently. And she gets halfway through, and one of the drunk guys falls out of the barn, and he's like, "Oh, this bitch is taking the horses. She's escaping and all this." And they're on the horses, and they're trying to get away, and she gets knocked down by the one guy. And she has a razor blade in her pocket. She takes it and cuts the guy's eye across, and the guy loses his eye. And it's really gruesome too, man, that whole scene. And the rest of it is just the same thing, basically. They're back in the house, and they're just doing this shootout, and then she tries to get away again, and they get away, and they're down by some river. And then the husband, halfway through the movie, shows up and stupidly tries to tackle them on top of a mountain. They're like in this ravine thing, and they got Gina Carano tied up, and he comes up there on top of this ridge and jumps down when he sees there's 3 to 5 guys there. He jumps on this one guy and then gets up and pulls his gun, and he's got like 5 guys aiming guns at him. And he's just aiming at the one guy like, "Oh, I'll kill you at least." And it's just, it's okay, I guess. It's just not that, it's just nothing spectacular. So then they take him back to the house again. We're back at the house. And they don't really explain why this Christian fanatic guy and these losers are mad at the husband. The only thing you gather from it is it's Civil War related or something with the Civil War, and Gina Carano's husband did something to the Christian fanatic guy's baby. So they're going to hang him in front of the house, and they have this mock trial. And then Gina says, "Okay, well, uh, I'll screw you all before you kill him, at least." Like she's trying to give him time. So they said, "Oh, you're gonna do all of us and all this." She says, "Yeah, just don't kill him and all this." And they're like, "Oh yeah, sure, we'll just kill him later or whatever." And then she gets them in the house one by one, and she's taking them out. That was pretty good. That was pretty cool, man. She totally tricks that guy. So it's down to like the last guy, the Christian fanatic, and he's screaming Bible terms at him and all this, and he gets the drop on Gina Carano's husband, and I forget what he says. It's some other Bible term, and Gina Carano comes around behind him and shoots the guy in the back of the head. And then it just shows them like rebuilding the house like the Patriot movie. And that's the end. Like that's the end of the movie. And it's okay, like I said. It's just your standard Western movie, but it's really gruesome, man. Like I would not show this movie to your kids. It's just not it's just not kid friendly. That's the best way I can put it. So that's it. I mean, I didn't hate the movie. I didn't really like extremely love it. I just thought it was okay. I just thought it was an okay movie. That's the best way I can put it. So if you want to watch it, there you go. That's the best I can say about it. At least it's not woke. That's the main thing. I'm really glad that it wasn't woke, man, because it's just it just reminds me of like a Clint Eastwood western, like a spaghetti western, as they say. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Bye.